The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown. End zone, Jake Ferguson.
Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
Welcome to a wonderful Wednesday edition of Talkin Cowboys, live from the SWBC podcast studio here in the Star in Frisco, Texas. I am Josh Rodriguez of Film School University, here with Patrik "No-C" Walker, here with Tommy Yarrish, and now finally joined by our gracious host, who's running a little late this morning,
the GOAT,
Kyle
the GOAT
Youmans.
That's awesome. I love that intro.
The voice?
I heard it from down. No, not even that.
Oh, the whole thing.
The whole thing. I heard it from down the hall.
Oh, I tried to do a little Kyle Youmans. A wonderful.
It's a wonderful Wednesday edition. Yeah, no, I heard it. It was awesome.
And we got Chris Beam in the back. Shouts to Chris Beam in the back. Shouts to Fasika in the back.
Nice.
Make sure she's on her chair.
Yeah, make sure she's in her chair.
I think falling out of a chair that has a backing on it, it doesn't deserve a shout out.
Kerplunk.
Let's put that out there.
She
in the world.
fell?
She fell out
She
of her
fell.
chair yesterday.
Oh.
And we're airing it out right now.
On the air.
It was the.
It's global news now, Fasika.
Breaking news. Fasika, questionable to return to work. No,
Injury report.
it was the slowest thing you've ever seen.
Back.
She was like slowly adjusting her chair and then kind of slipping out of it.
Fasika, back, questionable to return.
Whenever she took this job as a part of the Cowboys organization, she was like, "Wow, I'm excited to work on the website." She didn't know her embarrassing moments of work are going to also be broadcast
on
live
the podcast.
Oh yeah, shouts to Fasika.
Absolutely. It's an occupational hazard.
She's one of the best in the business. She helps us stay on the air and get on the air and do everything the right way.
Keeps everybody upbeat.
Yeah.
Even though she just said 2 seconds ago, I don't need you. I was like, all right,
Did
cool.
she?
Yeah.
That's motivation.
Also, a great quote from last week. Out of context, she goes, this is my favorite thing in the world. She goes, "That's your problem. You're thinking about other people."
Fair point.
One thing this world has too much of right now, it's empathy. It's just pouring over.
That's your problem. You're thinking of
That's
other
your
people.
problem.
We've been trying to tell people to be nice to people in the comment section, and Patrick's like, "Nah, screw that. Get after them."
Yeah, lack of empathy. Here we go.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
It's a wonderful
Good morning,
Wednesday.
Kyle.
Sorry I'm a little late. I got caught in traffic.
Traffic's on traffic, man.
Destroyed me today.
Traffic's on
Kyle
I'm
Laitmans.
defeated. Yeah, that's it. Kyle Laitmans. There it is. All right, let's get into some news and notes. Cowboys off yesterday. Not a ton of news and
Not
notes.
a ton. I mean, we talked about one part of it, which was Buddy Johnson, linebacker, got poached from the practice squad by the
Buddy.
Indianapolis coach. Bye, Buddy.
Hope you find your dad.
That seat was immediately filled by a reunion with Paris Campbell. So Paris Campbell is back on the
What an
practice squad.
what an
It was like, yay
unproblematic
for me.
decision to bring Paris Campbell.
Paris.
Well, so the thing is that I know a lot of people were wondering, because I got some tweets about it yesterday saying that, wasn't he hurt in training camp? Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And he was waived injured, and now he's been medically cleared to play again, so he's back, and he's on the practice squad. So there you go. Buddy Johnson is going to Indianapolis to their active 53-man roster, and here comes Paris Campbell for a second attempt at the Cowboys.
I think the Paris Campbell confusion happened because originally it was feared to be a severe injury.
Yeah.
It was feared to be an ACL or an MCL or whatever, and it was just a sprained MCL.
Yeah,
it was
just
not
a severe
torn. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a knee and it's a ligament as a wide receiver. However, the timetable was not a big deal compared to what it was originally feared to be. Correct. So, yeah, now that he's medically cleared, he has an opportunity to come back. I like Paris Campbell. I liked him as a veteran addition. Is he going to be a guy that fights for your 53-man roster? Probably. He's up right on that bubble, along with some of the guys that we've talked about, Ryan Flanoy, Jonathan Mingo. We haven't seen much of Paris Campbell.
He does bring you some speed that
Yeah.
you don't have in some of those other players that you named.
Sure.
So when you're talking about Ryan
experience.
you got Ryan Flanoy. He's physical and he attacks the ball and he's a great route runner. But Paris Campbell is faster and he has a little bit more experience in the league. When you talk about Jalen Tolbert, obviously Paris Campbell is faster, has more experience in the league, and you can go down the list from there. So
Wait a second. Hold on. What? Their numbers that are available for him would be like 80 maybe, right?
That's what he
83.
wore in camp was 80.
80,
I think
83.
80's taken.
Oh, well then what number did they give him?
Oh, they gave him number 11.
Oh. It's an offensive guy, though.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they really don't have a lot of choices.
Just so you're aware,
you're running out
the
of
Cowboys did in fact assign Paris Campbell number 11, the former number of one young man who played here on Sunday in his return game.
I still
Cole
wish.
Beasley?
Hey, he was a wideout.
100 stings.
I still wish they would have
remember the
put
record?
Donovan Ezeraku in 11.
I do.
Just to
I
be
do as
petty.
well. I do as well.
Just to
and
be-
honestly, I think after Micah's
Just for
comments,
fun.
I think after Micah's comments on Sunday
Oh my goodness.
about how if Jerry was a real man, he would have called me. I think after hearing that, if the league allowed Ezeraku's number to be changed, it'd be number 11
be
this
flipped.
week. Yeah. I just don't think it's a coincidence that a few days after that, Jerry's like, you know what? Put his number on anybody.
Ezeraku might be waiting on 6. That's what he wore at Boston College. So maybe he's waiting on that to clear up over
what are
the
you
next
trying to
couple
say?
years. Over the next
What are you
couple years.
intimating?
Over the
trying to
next couple
say?
years, not right now.
Jeez,
He's a
Kyle.
young
Stirring
player.
Trying to send somebody out the
No,
building?
I'm not.
Jeez, Kyle.
No.
See what I meant?
Just
Too much-
saying.
Too much empathy.
Too much empathy in this.
That's your problem. You're thinking about Donovan.
That's your
Wilson.
problem.
Yeah, Dono.
You're thinking about other people and you're staying on your chair.
I'm sure
That's
everybody that's watched the safety play this year is like, yeah, dude, yeah.
See?
Say it with your chest.
Calling him out.
Cal Youmans
like, no,
stirring the pot.
I'm talking about a number.
But no, that's the only. Those are the only news
and
and
notes.
notes from yesterday.
Very
Today,
cool.
the Cowboys are back at practice for their first full practice in preparation for their trip to New York / New Jersey to take on the winless Jets. But I said that a certain way because they were taking on the winless Bears not long ago, and we saw how that went. So,
You know how many times the Jets have been in some bad
wipe that smile
situations
off your
recently?
face, young man.
I wasn't smiling.
I saw it.
What did I do?
Tommy's just happy to be
Oh,
here.
yeah, man. I love spending time with you guys.
Thanks, Tommy.
You're welcome.
The Jets have been at a rough spot recently, but do you want to know how many times a first-year head coach for the Jets has started 0-5? And they've gone through some coaches now.
Yeah.
You know how
Quite a
many
bit.
times?
How many?
How many times they've started 0-4? It's happened multiple times. You know how many times they've started 0-5?
Never.
0.
Not a single
You're
time.
killing me, Kyle.
Not a single time a first-year Jets head coach has
What
ever
are you
started
saying,
5-0.
Kyle?
And
Or 0-5.
they've won 4 out of the last 5 meetings with the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, haven't won in New York against the Jets specifically
say,
since
yeah.
2003. They've won a lot in New
Been
York.
beating up on the Giants pretty good.
Yeah, but they winning against the Jets on the road hasn't happened since 2003. So, Tommy, where were you in 2003?
Newborn.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So
Yikes.
it's been a minute since all that has happened. So you can't walk in and sleepwalk into this matchup, Tommy.
No, you can't, because I think the Jets have a lot of things that can attack the Cowboys' weaknesses. They have a mobile quarterback in Justin Fields who is lethal with his legs. It's a guy that Matt Eberflus is going to be familiar with. He spent some time with him in Chicago. I think it was the last 2 years that Justin Fields was there. And so, this is a guy that he knows well, and he knows once he gets outside the pocket, he can be really creative. You saw the 43-yard touchdown on Monday Night Football against the Dolphins, and they've got some very good star players. It's just a matter of everybody else around them really stepping up and making plays. On offense, you think about Garrett Wilson, who is getting nearly 35% of the targets, I think, for the Jets. I think over 50% of their air yards. So they want to feed him the ball. He's a dynamic receiver, super athletic playmaker that can beat you north and south and east and west. And then defensively, Quinnen Williams in the middle of the defensive line, one of the best defensive tackles in all of football. And then Sauce Gardner at corner, one of the best corners in football. So this is not going to be an easy game, I don't think, for the Cowboys. It's a very talented 0-4 team that they're going to have to do a lot of things right that they haven't been doing right if they want to come out with a win.
No, if they want to get right, guess who they get to face this week?
Who's that?
The Dallas Cowboys defense.
Oh, yeah.
Are
Yikes.
they good?
No.
Okay.
I think they're ranked
Spoiler.
32nd in the league.
How many teams are there?
32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that I don't think that's very high
No,
in
it's
terms
not.
of the rankings. It's not good, Bob, wherever you are, Bob.
Not great, Bob.
The one thing, I mean, they are 0-4 now, right? And the pre-snap penalties are killing them.
Yep.
Obviously, I think they need to simplify their looks, clean up the motion that they're trying to do, because it seems like a very overcomplicated offense. But the one thing that they really have working for them in terms of offense, because they're gaining a lot of yardage, right? Breece Hall is killing them.
Yep.
Justin Fields and the threat of the RPO, for me at least, I don't know how Dallas defends it. I really don't. At this point, looking at the communication problems that you've had on defense so far this year, a lot of teams are not necessarily falling for it. Granted, Miami let a 43-yard Justin Fields scramble touchdown the other day. Dallas is going to fall for it. They just are not communicating well. They don't have the personnel at the second or third levels to stop what they're doing. I think this is going to be one of those games where Dak and the offense will need to score, 40-50 to even have a shot at winning this game.
So I don't disagree with Josh. I think there's a high probability of the Cowboys falling for the banana in the tailpipe when it comes to another mobile quarterback. When you look at, you got to know the reference.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you look at who they've played thus far, every single one of these teams, with the exception of an older Russell Wilson, could still escape every once in a while. These are all mobile quarterbacks, and they've struggled in each of these games to try to stop these guys. And then when you look at Jordan Love just a few days ago, Kenny Clark and Olsen and Solly, when they were able to collapse the pocket from the inside, all Jordan Love did was break contain because the defensive ends couldn't keep contained. And once he got out of the pocket, he was able to do some damage and extended plays. Now, is Justin Fields and Jordan Love, are they on the same planet when it comes to throwing the ball? No, they are not. But the reality is in this league is if you have a mobile quarterback who can escape the pocket, then he can move the chains. And if he can move the chains, then he can extend drives. And by doing that, you now get time of possession in your favor if you're the opposition, which then keeps your number one ranked offense off of the field for an extended period of time. And that's going to be Aaron Glenn's plan.
Yep.
His plan is going to be to use Justin Fields to try to keep Dak Prescott off the field.
But, I mean, granted, we took on Justin Fields last year when he was with the Steelers, and we thought the same thing going into that game. He's a dual-threat quarterback, and at the time, our defense wasn't great at dual-threat quarterbacks. Not much has changed in those terms, but he didn't kill you. Because for whatever reason, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers decided, no, let's keep him a pocket passer and not use the dual threat that we have available to us.
Thanks for that.
Thank you, by the way.
I don't
really
think that
appreciate
mistake's
it.
happening again.
It's not going to happen again with Aaron Glenn.
And I think with Fields, what's interesting is going back to his days at Ohio State is whenever you beat Justin Fields, you have to beat him by making him throw the ball. But he's really good with his deep ball. I think it's really the short to intermediate stuff that he's not as great with sometimes, and he can miss some throws. But when he throws the ball deep, I mean, I always think back to the college football playoff game and the deep ball to Chris Olave. Oof. And that's one of the best deep throws I've ever seen. Yeah. And he's still able to hit those and still in rhythm and make those throws. But if you can get him in the short to intermediate game, and I think when you look at the tape from last week, I think Dallas, believe it or not, giving up 330 yards, did a much better job taking away the deep downfield big play.
They did.
Where they got beat was the short game, the screen passes, and
missed tackle.
Nobody could tackle.
Yeah.
They had, 18 missed tackles, I think, and that's...
Those 14, but yeah.
Man, okay, no, sorry.
I think so, but go ahead.
Potato,
Cook.
14, 18. They had a lot of them. Way too many than you
14 too
way
many.
more than you need to have. So if that's where the Jets are going to attack you in that short game or getting Fields outside, this defense has got to tackle. They can take away the deep ball, and that's what you have to do against Justin Fields when you have a guy like Garrett Wilson out there. But if they can't tackle and get this guy in open space, then he's going to run all over him, and he's going to. I could see him rushing for 200 yards seriously because I think he's that good with his legs when he's in open space.
Remember the stat I gave last week on Friday where Dallas had given up more deep passing yards than any other defense in the next-gen stats era. And they were going up against the quarterback that since 2023 had thrown for more deep yards than any quarterback in the NFL in Jordan Love. The fact that they were able to communicate on the back end and avoid the big play is what kept them even remotely in the game, even though I know they scored on the 5 straight possessions at the end of the game. We can talk about that, too, when we're talking about this defense because it's good with the bad. But the communication was better. Now it has to be immaculate.
Yes.
It has to go from being better into RPO defense, and not even on the back end with the safety position only, but your linebackers have to be perfect in their communication and coverage because of what happens so quickly in those short to intermediate routes. And that's part of why Aaron Glenn wants to run that RPO so effectively, so that way it does take away some of the weaknesses of Justin Fields. He's trying to make it all simple on him, and that's what we've seen through the first 4 weeks. And Justin Fields is not playing poor football.
No, he's not.
They're 0-4. That's a problem, and the Jets are feeling like, oh, we're just a couple plays away from being either 2-2 or 3-1, and he missed a game in there too. All of that being said, don't go into this thinking Justin Fields is just playing bad football.
No. Against this defense, I easily think you could replicate like a 2004 Madden where Michael Vick is just running all over. He's a cheat code. Like, it could literally be one of those where
Techno Bowl Bo Jackson, like
he could run for 300 rushing yards and you wouldn't be able to stop him. Like, that's where I'm like, I have zero confidence in this defense right now to stop Justin Fields. And I think that is the biggest problem that we have.
Well, I tell you, and we can draw that red circle around the obvious brain fart that happened from Marist as far as that penalty is concerned. But it's also true that I still want to see the unleashing of Marist LeFoul. I said it yesterday. Marist LeFoul will never make that mistake again. Probably ever again in the
I hope that's right.
in the entirety of his NFL career. He's too smart of a player for me to assume that would happen again.
He went to Notre Dame.
He got a little emotional. I don't see that happening again. But it's also true that without Marist LeFoul getting the chunk of snaps over a guy like Jack Sanborn, for example, and you're going against all these mobile quarterbacks, look at the common denominators, plural, as far as the inability of this linebacker core to help the defensive ends keep these mobile quarterbacks from breaking the line of scrimmage. I would like to see, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I would like to see Marist LeFoul in a spy capacity, even if it's not full-on spy capacity, even if it's spot, here and there, just to give Aaron Glenn the idea that, hey, he can do it. Is he doing it on this play? Is he not doing it on this play? Make Justin Fields think. If you make Justin Fields think and process, then you can make him go through his reads quicker, and then he can start to make those mistakes.
You remember how earlier you said I was going to stir the pot?
Yeah.
Trying to stir the pot?
Stir it.
I want to stir it with Marist LeFoul when we come back on the other side of the break, because he did get snaps. Was the experiment done well? When we come back with more Talkin Cowboys right after this.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
We're with you. We're united.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
I'm home. Hey, Mom. Before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impact 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, this segment of the show is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys, with Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Tommy Yarrish, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. Patrik, you ended the last segment talking about Marist LeFoul.
Yes, I did.
I've already given you the answer, but would you like to tell us who was the lowest graded defender according to Pro Football Focus over his snaps?
It was Marist LeFoul.
It was Marist LeFoul. Baseball playoffs, the postseason started the other day, too. You want to know who went 0 for 3 on tackle attempts this past weekend?
It's Marist LeFoul.
It was Marist LeFoul. He did not have a single pressure. He did not have a single tackle. You know what he did have on the box score? He had 3 missed tackles and a 15-yard penalty.
He did.
And 16 missed tackle yards allowed.
It was not good. And he got some snaps. We've been calling to see Marist LeFoul play, and I'm on this boat too. Marist LeFoul defensive snap count in the first 3 weeks, this is according to Nick Harris on Twitter, 23 over the first 3 weeks. Defensive snap count for Marist LeFoul in week 4 was 29. So he had 6 more snaps in week 4 than he did the entire first 3 weeks of the season combined. So with all of that being said, did you like the way he was utilized in that defense, and do you feel like there are ways that he can be utilized better? Or is this just a Marist LeFoul problem, and it's why he wasn't getting the snaps to start?
It's not a Marist LeFoul problem because the huge chunk of data suggests otherwise. Look at him over the totality of his rookie season with Mike Zimmer, right? He performed so well, not only in hitting the ground running, but doing so as the green dot for Mike Zimmer in a much more, it was simplified, but it was a much more complex defense than what they're running right now.
Sure.
Okay. So I've seen Marist LeFoul. We watched him in training camp be one of the standouts of training camp, absolute monster in training camp. And you're to tell me that one bad day at the office, and make no mistake about it,
it was a bad
day at the office. One bad day at the office does not define what that young man is capable of. So I still want to see more of Marist LeFoul. And as far as the utilization goes, no, I don't like how he's being used. I would like to see him. We say the word spy a lot on this show because you keep going against these mobile quarterbacks. We've not seen Marist LeFoul operate in that role quite yet. So there's a huge no for me. I want to see more of that. I don't like that utilization or lack thereof. And then when he's rotated in, I don't necessarily, not every time. There are spots where I'm like, okay, I like that. But then there are spots where I'm like, not so much. I think Eberflus is trying to figure out how to use Marist LeFoul, and that's creating a loosely stated a Marist LeFoul problem as far as what they want to do versus what he can do. Just send him out there and let him play ball. Just sit him out there and let him play ball. They're overthinking it.
Got a question for you guys.
What's that?
There's one linebacker this past week who did not have a missed tackle, but had 5 tackles on the game.
Shamar James?
Shamar James.
Oh, good.
I'm just saying.
He was active.
He was active for the first time, and I thought for his first NFL game, and for as much as we talked about during the draft process and during training camp, this is a guy who's got the traits. He can react really quickly. He shoots the gaps well, but it's a processing thing with him, right? Is he seeing everything right?
But if he doesn't, he's fast enough to get there.
Yes, but sometimes when you saw his tape at Florida, he would overcompensate and overshoot, and that would cause plays to be made.
There were some big plays on him at Florida because of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not Sunday. I thought he played pretty well. For his first game, 24 snaps, if you get 5 tackles, no missed tackles, and you get a stop too, I think you take that and run with it.
I do want to see more of Shamar. Really quickly to address the comment. Listen to the whole statement. I said Marist was a monster in training camp. I also said he did extremely well his entire rookie season. 9 stars, 50 combined tackles, 1.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 pass deflections, and 4 tackles for a loss. So, no, he's not just an Oxnard monster. Just wanted to clarify that. Continue.
Yeah, he played well last year.
He did play well last year.
And at the end of last year, I thought he came on pretty nicely.
Absolutely. You just can't wait that long this time around.
Right.
No, not at all.
You need him to come on now.
Right now.
But I don't think you see missed tackles like that had he been playing more throughout the first few games. And, I mean, I think that's part of rust for him. He's been making special teams plays since the beginning of the season, since the beginning of training camp.
Yeah.
The more you get him involved, the better he will be. And you add that with Shamar James starting to cook. I think those are the 2 best options you have at linebacker, yet they have not made that switch because they are dead set on Sanborn and Murray being your 2 main guys, which Do you, man?
I would say Murray has definitely started to come on strong after a slow start in Philadelphia.
Murray had a great week 2. I didn't see it as much the last 2 weeks, but
yeah, I'm with you.
He's starting to solidify. Sanborn though.
I real quick, can we go back to the special teams play that Maris made?
Yes,
the one on Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden, you're my dog. You're a great guy.
He's a Texas guy.
Yeah, you're my guy. Why on earth did you hit a spin move? Why? There was no reason to spin. I mean, he was trying to. It looked like he was trying to add aura points or something, and he just got
he just had that beat real quick. He was like tried to pull a Cavante Turpin.
It was like the Sonic rings just flew out of him when he got hit. But just I just watched it back. I'm like, why did you hit a spin move? Come on, dog. I know you're better than that.
That might have been the loudest ooh that I've heard in the press box in a long time, because you're not supposed to make audible noises in the press box, but when he got crunched
collectively,
it was the whole press box. The Packers media, the Cowboys media, the national media. There was a guy from the Ringer in front of me, and he went like this with the surrender cobra. Straight up, was like, oh, is he okay? It was from the Ringer, like
the independent neurologist.
Whoa! Brett Brown on the sideline, like, do I need to help him?
One more reference to Fasika. She turned to me at the game. She goes, "Is that allowed?" I was like, "Yeah, that was a clean hit." She goes, "It was so violent."
It was so clean,
very
so
clean
perfect.
hit.
I actually thought they'd throw a flag because we've seen that in the league, that they throw a flag. Oh, that's just too good.
It was just. It was made worse by the fact that he spun for no reason whatsoever right into it. So Matthew,
even the refs are down there like, I'm not going to throw a flag on this. He spun.
If that were Romeo Dobbs, his Guardian cap would have just flown off. Boom! It's gone, dude.
It was a big hit.
Boing. It was
That's why he had 3 touchdowns, was because his Guardian cap was so big that Jordan loved him where he was all the time.
Yeah, it was like
a beacon almost.
Yeah, like one of the things you put
there he is.
The buoys.
It's a buoy.
In the water.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
It was the Spaceballs helmet.
Going back to Justin Fields, I know, Josh, you were reading a comment a moment ago.
Yeah, Melvin in the comments, and shouts to you, Melvin. He's constantly in the chat, and shouts to him.
We love Melvin.
But he says, are we going to pretend that Justin Fields is good now? And I argue this. What quarterback is not going to look good against this Cowboys defense? And that's also not to say that he isn't good. I would put him in the top 12 of quarterbacks currently, like right now. Not that that's a super high tier, but I think you're not giving him enough credit there. And against this defense, we're talking about a guy that is going to kill you unless you contain him.
They said Russell Wilson was washed. Not to say that that's not true. But
I was about to say, I said that.
Yeah. He came in, threw for 500 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did say the deep ball was a problem.
Yeah,
it was a problem.
Did say Caleb Williams was, come on. This energy about, are we pretending Justin Fields is good? That was the same energy given to Caleb Williams and the winless Bears before the Cowboys went up there. And,
I also thought that
and this
put
defense
pressure on Caleb Williams.
This defense helped Caleb Williams win NFC Player of the Week. Mm-hmm. So those instances alone are enough for us to give Justin Fields the respect going up against the 32nd ranked defense.
So that brings my new question. With this Jets offense struggling, they're one of the only teams in the Super Bowl era to have 7 or more turnovers and 0 takeaways. They have not had a takeaway on defense yet. So they are -7 in the turnover margin at the moment. So they are giving you chances. They are giving up possessions. They are not taking care of the football, and their offense is struggling because of it, outside of guys like Justin Fields, who's playing decent. And then you have Garrett Wilson, who's playing out of his mind. I mean, Garrett Wilson's a dog. He's one of the better wide receivers in the country.
That's why they paid him.
And that's why they paid him. Breece Hall, one of the better running backs in terms of numbers right now.
Mason Taylor is going to kill you probably.
Mason Taylor's been looking decent. All of this being said, is the defense for the Cowboys the pharmacy for the Jets offense, or is the Jets offense, who has had some up and down themselves, the pharmacy for the Cowboys defense?
I think it could be a mixture of both. I think this is going to be a closer game than people realize. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if the Cowboys lost this game whatsoever, and not just.
I don't like those words.
Well, I'm sorry, but you don't have too much confidence in this defense right now, and when you're playing like that and you're asking your offense, hey, we need you to score 40 points every week. That's just not sustainable, right? And so eventually it's going to come back to bite you, and eventually it's going to catch up to you. And I think this Jets defense does have a lot of really good players. We talked about Gardner and Williams, but I mean, Will McDonald off the edge, he's a guy that has kind of taken some time to find his footing after coming out of Iowa State, and he leads the team in sacks with 2. So it can definitely be a pharmacy for this defense, and because they have playmakers outside that can pick off passes, and they've got guys that can stop the run. They've got guys in the middle, really at all levels of their defense. Maybe the linebacker core, I guess, would be the spot to attack them, but and then offensively. I'm not going to say that Justin Fields is an elite. I wouldn't say he's a top 12 quarterback. No disrespect.
15, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, somewhere in there.
But
20.
I mean, he has everything. He like you said though. It's what quarterback wouldn't have success against this Cowboys defense right now? They're finding ways to. Opposing offenses are finding ways to attack them. So
yeah,
I think that this game is. I guess trap game would be maybe too much. You look at 0-4 and you
for who
1-2
yeah
for which
1-2-1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But even still, it's like it's the Jets because the thing about the Jets is it's always been the Jets and New York
the Bears.
Yeah, exactly. But and that's what I'm saying. I think you look at the week before that, you beat the Giants. Oh, we hung 40 points. We can go do this on anybody. The Bears down like 8 of their starting defenders. That's easy work, and it wasn't. So
at this point in the season, you cannot take any team for granted.
Agreed.
You're 1-2-1. You can't take any play for granted. And to answer your question, Kyle, I think any team that has a quarterback that can escape the pocket with his legs and extend plays, I don't see how that team could be the pharmacy for what ails the defense. This defense feels like they're not going to get home until they come up against a quarterback that's a pocket passer. That's a pure pocket passer and more of a statue. But that being said, I think for the defense, the Cowboys defense, the pharmacy, the prescriptions are currently on reserve, waiting to get back. So whether you're talking about DeMarvion Overshown, who is aiming towards midseason, which should be 3 to 4 more weeks, we'll see how that plays out.
So you're saying the Cowboys need an actual pharmacy?
They need an actual pharmacy. There you go. So Demo, he's on his way back. Give him a few more weeks. I'll say this next thing with an asterisk, and Kyle will agree, and Josh, and I know Tommy will as well. Savone Revel, super high ceiling, but even when he comes makes his debut, you have to give that rookie some grace.
Gotta give
right? He has not played a snap since September at East Carolina, and he's going to have to combine the mental fortitude of getting over that devastating injury with the physical part of the rookie curve. He has to the rookie learning curve. So, but I say all of that to say, you have help on the way. You really do, as far as the prescriptions for what ails you in both linebacker and in the secondary. We'll see, Wanya Thomas, he's going to get the start. I think he's going to show some things with Malik Hooker sideline with that toe. But I can't look at the 32nd ranked defense and then look at the schedule to come and say, that team is the possible, or that team. Well, no, because even the Panthers with Bryce Young, again, these are mobile quarterbacks you're going against. So your medicine better come from inside.
Our pharmacy at this point is like a store from 28 Days Later. You know what I mean? Just ransacked, dystopian.
Man.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
Silent Hill. Buddy.
It's the only thing I can think of this whole segment is when Tommy brought up Will McDonald, and in my head I said had a pharmacy. Old McDonald or Will McDonald had a pharmacy.
Yeah.
E-I-E-I-O. All right, when we come back,
he has 3 kids.
I want to take a look. Yeah, I've got kids at home.
Such a dad. You are such a dad.
We're learning our ABCs right now.
I love it.
It's part of it. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. All right, when we come back, I want to take a look around the NFC East. It's been now a month since we've last talked about the NFC East, so if you want to get mad about us talking about the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders on a Cowboys podcast, well, too bad. We've waited a month to do so. It's going into October. What is the state of the NFC East currently when it comes to the Cowboys trying to play catch up at this point? When we come back with more Talking Cowboys after this.
Catch up.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Welcome back into Dear Doctor, the show where I answer life's questions with an ice-cold can of Dr. Pepper. Sheila, let's hear from our next caller, would you?
Dear Doctor, my friend supported me during a tough time, but what's the right gift that says, thanks for being a shoulder to cry on?
Okay, this one's easy. I say give her a delicious Dr. Pepper. Nothing says, thanks, girl, better than a one-of-a-kind soda. Yes, any Dr. Pepper flavor will do. Now, just a reminder that I don't need to be a real doctor to know that Dr. Pepper is the one you deserve.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys with the code Cowboys VIP.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. Patrik "No-See" Walker, without looking at my screen, I'll give you $100 if you can name the last receiver that caught a pass on Savone Revel.
Well, I'm not getting $100.
Hold
on. What school?
It was App State.
Oh, I knew it.
It was App State.
Then no.
Yeah. His name was Caden Robinson.
Okay.
Good player.
Yeah.
Good player.
I know it. Caden Robinson.
Yeah,
Where's
dude,
my
you
money?
got it. I said
Where's
I'd give
my
it to
money?
Patrik.
Oh,
Sorry, dude. All right.
I wanted that 100.
But you're gonna go from Caden Robinson to, let's just say, over the next couple weeks. Let's just rattle off the receivers that he's gonna play over these next few weeks. You've got Garrett Wilson as a possibility this week. I know he's probably not going to go up against the top target, but just for funsies. Next week is Teteroa McMillan.
Yikes.
Week after that is Terry McLaurin or Deebo Samuel. The week after that is Cortland Sutton and the bevy of weapons that the Denver Broncos have. Arizona is trying to figure things out with Marvin Harrison Jr., and they've got Trey McBride who's playing well. But the point is it's not the same.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to get right at some point, and probably against the Dallas defense.
I thought
Looking at week 9.
I thought he got right at the end of the last game.
Yeah, he had a touchdown grab. Yeah,
and you saw him
Seattle.
in the end zone, just kind of like, thank you, because I felt like it almost felt like when Jake Ferguson scored that touchdown, because it felt like there was just so much weight lifted off of their backs. With Ferguson not scoring since 23, and Marv with that big drop. So good for him.
Yeah, it's fun to see guys get back on track. Hopefully the Cowboys get back on track as a whole. That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, NFC East. I want to start with the Eagles. They're the ones leading the division. Of course, they're still doing what we anticipated, but are they doing it the same way we anticipated it getting there? 4-0. Is this team better or worse than they were a year ago based on what you've seen so far from Philly?
Better or worse from a year ago?
Yeah, from this point last year.
I would say worse.
Okay.
But I mean, they're still going to win football
4-0.
games. Yeah, they're going to win football games.
And we're not
regardless.
saying they're bad.
And I also don't think that – I think they're changing how offense is going to be this point forward. How offense is going to be played this point forward. We're talking about how Justin Fields is going to probably tear us apart. And, I mean, in all likelihood, right? But that is just the new style of offense. You're going to have more and more and more dual-threat quarterbacks that don't have to throw the deep ball unless they absolutely need to. They can just pick up first downs. And that's what the Eagles are great at. That's their biggest strength, is being able to pick up a first down anytime they need it.
That's it. I mean, compared to what they were last year, they are worse. Does that mean they're bad? No. You're not bad.
They were dominant.
Yeah, they were dominant last year, mostly because of Saquon Barkley. But when you look at Saquon Barkley this year, of course, he's still an all-world running back. He's still the best running back in the league, but he's not absolutely decimating defenses.
And neither are the receivers.
to my point, because now the run game can't get going, and because the run game can't get going, the passing attack can't get going for Jalen Hurts. I mean, what did they have? He had 0 completions in the second half of that victory over Tampa Bay. I mean, so credit to them, objectively speaking, credit to them for finding ways to win. But if you're asking me if a team that can't complete a pass in an entire half of a game and whose number one wide receiver is, dropping posts on Instagram and Twitter that, cryptically basically saying,
I want to get traded.
I want the ball or let me out of here. Yeah. That's problematic on that aspect, but it does tell you that things are not, they're just not what they were, but they're still obviously good enough to find ways to win games. And the Cowboys right now, they're 1-2-1 because they haven't consistently found ways to win games. If CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop the ball against the Eagles, then there's a win right there. If the defense doesn't miss tackles and self-inflicted penalties, then maybe you're 4-0. Maybe you're 4-0. If you could find ways to consistently win no matter what, like the Eagles are, then you'd be 4-0 too.
I don't know how, as A.J. Brown, how are you not satisfied, man? Like, it's frustrating to me. And granted, I don't care about Philly at all in those terms. But I know what they say about receivers, but you are paid. You got the bag.
Yep.
You
got a ring.
You got a ring. You won the Super Bowl last year, and you're undefeated this year.
And you're a month into the year.
Dude.
I can answer that question.
Smell the roses a little bit, man.
There's a selfish.
The grass isn't always greener. You were literally on the White House lawn. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
The guy played in Tennessee for the first however many years of his career, too.
Yeah, like, dude.
There's a selfish answer to that question.
What is it?
Money. You said, okay, yeah, he got paid. He got his guaranteed money. But there are also escalators and incentives in those contracts.
That's fair.
And if he's not getting the targets and not getting the ball, hey, I'm just answering the question.
Yeah, no,
right or wrong. My thing is, if the team is winning, be quiet. Okay, that's my thing.
They're 4-0.
But if the question is being posed and you're saying, hey, no, see, why on earth would A.J. Brown be mad or complaining or dropping cryptic tweets? It's because his contract has escalators and likely to be earned incentives. And if he doesn't get the ball, he's not earning that money. So,
Tommy, can you answer a question for me?
I'll try.
Who are the Washington Commanders this year?
He'll give you $100.
Who? Yeah, if you answer this correctly.
All of a sudden, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. 2-2. They don't look the same, but they also don't look bad. It's kind of a weird feeling. This is kind of what I anticipated Washington being all of last year in year one with Dan Quinn. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, oh, we skipped a year. We were an NFC title contender, and then now it's back to what we thought they would be.
I know we got to go, and I want you to answer, but like, do they almost look a little better with Marcus Mariota, or
maybe a little bit, which is kind of weird.
Tripping.
Yeah.
I would say you're tripping. I think, yeah,
fair enough.
I'd take Jaden Daniels.
I mean,
of course,
you would.
But I'm saying, like, don't they look like they're running a little smoother?
I think there's just the whole soft.
I can't even finish the whole thing.
There's the possibility of the sophomore, because look at C.J. Stroud. He's struggling.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud, bro.
Jaden Daniels. Once the league figures you out and you have these exceptional rookie years. I mean, injury notwithstanding, we saw it with RG3 back in the day. But yeah, it's tough to replicate the success of a breakout season if you're a rookie quarterback, and I think that's what you're saying. Does that mean Jaden is bad? No, absolutely not.
No.
At the moment, Marcus just has things flowing, but C.J. Stroud is struggling too.
I think the Commanders and the Eagles are kind of in a similar boat in terms of they are still trying to find their identity. And I think when you have a hurt quarterback, and I don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he's able to get back soon. But when you have that, it makes it so much more difficult. And where Philadelphia has the difference, not only do they have a healthy quarterback, but their defense is so good that really, and you can look at the first couple of games they've played, they don't need to do a lot on offense. They really don't. Jalen Hurts is playing very well, but he does not need to throw the ball a lot. When he has thrown the ball this year, he's thrown it very well. I've always thought he's been a good passer, a better passer than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
When he can run the ball as well as he can run the ball, and when you've got Saquon Barkley in the backfield, sure, he's averaging 3 yards a carry. It doesn't matter. They don't need a lot to work with because their defense is playing so well that they don't need anything different. So, they had a new offensive coordinator, and you're still seeing that they're trying to fit things in there. But Washington is in the same boat, except for the fact that they don't have as good of a defense. They have a very good defense. I love Mike Sanders still. I think he's going to be a star in this league for a long time. Wagner's playing like he's 24, and he always has, which is ridiculous.
He has a time machine.
Yeah, and they have a very solid, well-rounded squad, but when you don't have your quarterback, and like Patrik said, when you have a full year of tape for the league to watch and see, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you, especially when you're dual threat. And since the NFL is so ingrained in dual threat quarterbacks now, defenses know how to better contain them. But Jaden Daniels is still a dynamic player, and he's going to be very, very good for a long time in this league. But I think sophomore slumps, you think about it as like you take a step back, right? I don't see it as much of a step back as it is a learning experience of, okay, how are defenses going to attack me now that they've seen me?
Yeah.
And the great quarterbacks in this league are the ones that either during or after that slump are able to counter to themselves and be able to take that next step in their progression. I think Jaden Daniels can do that.
Yeah, and of course, we didn't get to hit on the Giants here, but the Giants win last week against the Chargers, 21-18. Jackson Dart was serviceable, had a rushing touchdown in there too.
Won them the game.
Won them the game, got it done. So replacing them in the
It's going to be an interesting experiment.
Wasn't a tie.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting experiment to watch. I still was not a fan of Dart coming out. I'll own up to it if he proves me wrong, but there's a lot of proving to do, and obviously hope Malik Neighbors recovers quickly.
Tommy, great job.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you for filling in for
Anytime.
Isaiah today. Isaiah will be back tomorrow. We'll have QB Vision. We'll have Lab Coat that refers to Science Lab. That's available on DallasCowboys.com. We've got to go here on Talking Cowboys. For Patrik "No-C" Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Tommy Yarrish, Chris Beam in the back, I'm Kyle Youmans saying so long from Talking Cowboys. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?